Let's set up for the details now. Minority in Parliament will have Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta to the House to explain how government will deal with fuel hikes. Most Ghanaians have been worried about the incessant increase in prices at the pumps and are asking government to intervene. Transport fares have been increased by 15%, a situation commuters have described as worrying. Speaking on the AM show, NDC member on Parliament's Mines and Energy Committee, Edward Bauer, said his side will invite Finance Minister to explain government's austerity measures to deal with the fuel hikes.
I'll file an urgent question to the Minister of Finance, because if you look at the...
You believe today you'll file an urgent question in Parliament?
An urgent question, yeah.
Are you going to file it, or do you believe you will?
I will do that. I will do that. I'll share a copy with you if I finish. I can share a copy with you. And the reason being that if you look at the three factors that affect the export prices, two of them are within the domain of the Minister of Finance. That's the issue of taxes and the issue of managing the city. And so he will be in the position to be able to tell Ghanaians what the position of the government is in regards to this. So it's an idea that has come up there. But that being said, I still think that, and this is my personal opinion, I still think that there are certain taxes, and I said this the last time when I was on your studios, that there are certain taxes that if you take them off, it would not affect the services for which they are supposed to fund. I've always stated this. I've indicated that if the issue of the SPT, that's a special petroleum tax, was supposed to augment petroleum revenues in terms of targets of petroleum revenues, it has at least its usefulness. At the time that we introduced it, crude prices were as low as $30 per barrel in the international market. And that's why we brought in there to plug the holes that we were talking about. Now we're talking of a neighborhood of about 111, as you stated. So it clearly indicates that it has at least usefulness. So it's a recommendation I think that government can take a second look at. The second point that is also very important for me to look at, and I stated that every assembly in Ghana pays on a quarterly basis 120,000 Ghana cedis for sanitation fee. And so if every place in Ghana falls under either a municipal assembly, metropolitan assembly, or district assembly, it means that the cleaning of those areas have already been taken care of. If that is the case, what is the business of us having that 10% on for what we call sanitation and pollution levy?
It's the 2nd of March 2022 and I'm doing a fuel price check around Accra. I'm currently at Goil and the prices at Goil are 7.880 Ghana cedis per litre for both super and diesel. Currently at the Total fueling station in Kanda and the prices are as follows. 8.290 for super and for diesel, and for super 95 you'll be paying a little bit extra, which is 8.400. I can see on one of the pumps that for 12 liters someone spent 100 Ghana cedis. Finally, we are at Shell on the Oxford Street and the prices are as follows. 8.290 for diesel and for super, and for V-Power it is 8.450 per litre. I am Mapito CBD. So I've been checking out some prices at the pumps and I've been speaking to some drivers and we'll get that right after this break. You're still watching JoyNews Desk with me, Mapito CBD. Earlier this morning, I went to speak to some drivers to check the prices at the pumps and their reactions. It's the 2nd of March 2022 and I am out and about to gauge the views of some drivers and passengers on the increase of fuel prices. I'm currently at a Goil filling station and their prices right now is 7.880 Ghana cedis per litre for both super and diesel. So let's find out what the drivers have to say about these prices.
It's affecting expenditure, a whole lot. Now, first I used to fill my tank, how do you call it, at 300 cedis. But now I'm hitting 400, which is really uncomfortable. So that's basically it.
The prices, it's unexpectable. because they just increase it anyhow they want it. The truth is that despite they are going to put all the blame on the Russia case, but that wasn't the case. The prices have even risen before the Russia case came about. Are you getting me? And they are going to use that one as a care of, which is very bad. Are you getting me? Because then there's other taxes on the fuel. If they should even remove that one alone. Because I quite remember the previous government tried to do something, and then they tried to raise some money, so that in case you have this type of problem, they can use to subsidize, so that the people in the country will be okay with it. But then it wasn't that way. Are you getting me? So we have nothing to do. They are not thinking about us. Because without the fuel, I cannot move. I cannot run. So they are using it because they know that without the fuel, you cannot eat or you cannot do any business. So that's why they are using it as a position, to get whatever they want.
Then you are a taxi driver and it's affecting you every day. So does this mean that you will increase in your fare when people come? Instead of taking like 20 cedis to Osu, you'll take 25 to Osu because of the fuel prices. As a taxi driver, I want to know your thoughts.
Because at times when you charge, there are some people, they are just crying. At least 20 cedis, but they give you 10 cedis. Yeah. You have to take it like that. Yeah. Because the system is sad. So you have to help them.
And now I'm about to pay to this year. Send the first me turn on echo fall. This year, me turn, sir. The young now almost years on my. Say a lot of crown when Fabian come home. Am I on which and the almost share my.
So because fuel prices across all, like, or charge it differently for your passengers?
Me charge you now, or soon. Send a whole bedroom to say, if I have quite a crowd, can say 20 hours. On soon, person, yes, and a job. And Tiama, almost almost children, passengers almost almost children.
Fuel prices never cost no. A dear Koichi. Because a Juma, young so, obey Juma, no scout, no best scanning in our cut off world. And Tiaban on here, no, yeah, baby.
Fuel prices across all.
Near quite dear. One should say 2 free chrome animal. I buy no wire crack, your way and whom be without chrome animal. If you tell me any fee, I bet see any women whom be that. Fu a coswa Kakabedu 40 Ghana for 1 gallon. Ye whom be down to Munjabi Munkabi my why ye brepa, and yes, sir. One should ever street Miss Ubio. I'm back. Why? Ye damas.
For the no, the band was all you know to some. No, we had the before the no, so I'm born on Tuesday, but in that passengers no sooner only free. Quite a passenger for Caro Casa. Say no, we have in the artist campo and go on to go to 25 can get number. And the pen just on Tuesday, Nancy bread.
So those are some views from the Goyle filling station, and I am Mapito Sibidi.